Welcome to Seat Time, where we drink beer and talk about all the happenings with motorcycles. Welcome to Seat Time, everybody. Brian Pierce, we've got episode 56 here. As you can see, I'm back in the crap room, but I'm not on the couch. We've got a little bit of a different view going on for you guys right now. I'm going to change it up a little bit because of the fact that I don't want Seat Time to get bland. I want to bring you guys the best moto news possible with my own little spin on it, because that's what I like to do. Have fun, talk about moto, goof off. No beer here tonight. I'm going to stand up, try this out, see how it goes. Going to intersect a little bit of video that I found on the internet, maybe some pictures, talk about some different stuff. Some of the news that I thought was very interesting this past weekend. So we had Vegas. Friday night was the Endurocross season opener. Colton Hagar comes away with the win. Very, very impressive. Now, a lot of people are going to say, but Tadej Blazusiak went down in the first turn. Yes, Tadej Blazusiak went down in the first turn, but that is racing. If you can't stay upright the entire race, you're not going to finish well. That's kind of the way it goes. So congratulations, Colton Hagar, on your first ever Endurocross win. I think that is a fantastic accomplishment. Second place went to Justin Soule, and then we had Tadej Blazusiak got third. They both rode amazing races. Tadej Blazusiak coming from last place into third, still very impressive. Congratulations, guys. Let's give a shout out to Dale Spangler and Brian Elliott, who got to go play around Friday night. I wish I could have been there with you. I was not. What also happened in Vegas this past weekend, if you paid attention to any moto news at all, was the Supercross finale that went on in Vegas. I have to say that was some really, really good lights racing. I don't know exactly about the 450s, but I thought that the 250s, the West and the East respective races was absolutely awesome, except that the Geico team kind of dominated. Everything else going on second to fifth, very, very interesting to watch, and I'm really glad that we got to see the shootout. Shootout was pretty cool, but again, we got to see Barcia kind of walk away with it. That may come into play moving forward when he makes it to the 450s, because Team Honda did announce that he is going to be on a 450 starting 2013. He will be racing the 250 outdoors, but it looks like his first race on the 450 is going to be the Monster Energy Cup. What do I think about that? I think that's freaking awesome. Cecil Parker made a good point about Justin Barcia being the up-and-comer, the guy who can actually dominate from the rookie 250 season all the way into his 450 career, and I believe that that's actually going to happen. Bam Bam Barcia, you're pretty awesome, and we're happy to see that you're going to be doing really, really well on the Hondas for a while. Big news that came out because of the racing going on in Vegas is that Stewart officially left JGR, and then of course Monday morning we had the fact that Suzuki officially announced that he is going to be on their Yoshimura team. Now, having watched and talked to all the stuff with J-Bone, and hell, we knew Stewart was leaving JGR and that they were not on good terms. It was pretty pathetic that they were trying to hide it. I don't know if they had to do that because of their sponsors or why. They're being too PC about it. They're not in a good place. James isn't happy on the bike, and he didn't want to ride there anymore. The only reason he stayed on a Yamaha was because he thought that JGR could make him comfortable on that bike. Be it that he does not know how to R&D a motorcycle, a new motorcycle, or the fact that he just could not make that Yamaha work. Whatever the big picture was, is he's going back to a more traditional type 450 where he thinks he's going to be more competitive and more consistent. What do I really think about this? I think, honestly, it could go two ways. I mean, but that's what everybody thinks. He sucks. My wife has got allergies and she sneezes in the corner. It's absolutely ridiculous. James Stewart is probably going to be absolutely ridiculously fast when he moves back onto a traditional 450. I think that he could go back to some of the R&Ding that he's done and suspension settings back from all those older bikes when he was on the Cowies and the earlier Yamahas, and I think he's going to be a force to reckon with. Do I think he's going to be able to do that in 2 weeks? Absolutely not. But he's going to try, and it's going to make the outdoors very, very interesting for sure. I'm going to talk about a little bit more about that. So, other things that happened this past weekend and the news that I thought was interesting was the Cajun Classic National Enduro. We had round 5 of the series in outside of Alexandria, Louisiana in Forest Hill. This was the Cajun Classic. Steward Baylor Jr. comes away with another win. This time only seconds ahead of a man who is over twice his age, Mike Lafferty, who is in second place. This is awesome because of the fact that Michael Lafferty, who was 36 years old, was winning the day up until the last section where Stewart beat him by mere seconds, who is 17 years old. That is very, very impressive for a 17-year-old kid to not only ride that consistent, that level, but to take out somebody like Michael Lafferty. Michael Lafferty's been doing this for a very, very long time. If you think that anybody would be able to ride the tight, piney woods, it would be Mike Lafferty. Well, he didn't do it. Steward Baylor did, and it was pretty freaking epic. I had a lot of fun. I was on row 18E, and it was a great time. Thank you to Acadiana Dirt Riders for putting on that race. Some bad news that did come out, though, was Cory Buttrick had a very, very bad wreck in the first section, and he, unfortunately, has a torn ACL and a lot of damage in the bones, his tib and fib in his leg. Very, very unfortunate, because he was obviously looking forward to having not only a good National Enduro year, but as well doing the GNCCs. So the GNCCs are going to be coming up again. We're going to have the new Ironman Indiana race. It's going to be a good time. I think that's going to be an interesting thing now that they've got all these new venues. I'm glad that they have them, and it's going to make the GNCC series a lot better. One series that I'm very much looking forward to more than any is going to be the new Outdoors. We just got completely denied for any kind of media passes for the Freestone National. That sucks. But that's what it is. I'm a guy with a camera on the internet that talks about moto news. Nobody wants to listen to me except me, maybe myself, and, you know, all the other hundreds of people that listen. So if you want to go see what we have to say while we go to the motocross, please tell somebody about it, because we think we have some fun stuff to say. We want to keep doing what we're doing. Go check out all the interviews that we have from the Cajun Classic National Enduro at seattime.co. That's the URL where you can find this show. I'm going to keep talking about little things as the weeks go on and we get into the outdoor nationals. You may want to find us on Facebook. Facebook.com/seattime is where you can seattime_CO. No, it's seattime. It's Facebook.com/seattime. Totally screwed that up. It's Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that would be twitter.com/seattime_CO. That is where that lives on the internet. Our tweets, little bird basket. It's quite amazing. You should go find us. So I'm on Facebook as well. I'm on Twitter. Woody B. Pierced. Find us. We want to talk to you. We're looking forward to the outdoors starting, and we're looking for many more shows of Pint Fulls of Awesome. Thank you for paying attention. We will see you next time. Peace. So is this in the camera, or is this in the camera, or this?
Right about there.
This? That's good. That's good.
Keep them right about there.
Right about there. Okay, I will talk like this for the entire show.